Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Let us start with the reading of 4 agreement by Don Miguel Ruiz. So first agreement is be impeccable with your word. The first agreement is most important one and also the most difficult one to honor. It is so important that with just this first agreement you will be able to transcend to the level of existence. I can call it heaven on the earth. The first agreement is to be impeccable with your words. It sounds very simple, but it is very, very powerful. Why your word? Your word is the power that you have to create. Your word is the gift that comes directly from the God. The Gospel of John in the Bible, speaking of the creation of the universe, says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word is God." Through the Word, you can express your creative power. It is through the Word that you manifest everything. Regardless of what language you speak, your intent manifests through the Word. What you dream, what you feel, and what you reality are will all be manifested through the Word. The Word is not just a sound or a written symbol. The Word is a force. It is the power you have to express and communicate, to think, and thereby to create the events in your life. You can speak what other animals on the planet can speak. The word is the most powerful tool you have as a human. It is the tool of magic, but like a sword with two edges. Your word can create most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. One edge is the misuse of the word, which creates a living hell. The other edge is impeccability of word, which will only create beauty, love, and heaven on the earth. Depending upon how it is used, the word can set you free, or it can enslave you even more than you know. All the magic you possess is based on your word. Your word is pure magic, and misuse of your word is black magic. The word is so powerful, and that one word can change a life or destroy the lives of millions of people. Some years ago, one man in Germany, by the use of the word, manipulated a whole country of the most intelligent people. He led them into a war with just the power of his word. He convinced others to commit the most atrocious act of violence. He activated people's fear with the word, and like a big explosion, there was killing and war all around the world. All over the world, humans destroyed other humans because they were afraid of each other. Hitler's word, based on fear-generated beliefs and agreement, will be remembered for centuries. The human mind is like a fertile ground where seeds are continually being planted. The seeds are opinions, ideas, and concepts. You plant a seed and a thought, and it grows. The words is like a seed, and the human mind is so fertile. The only problem is that too often it is fertile for the seeds of fear. Every human mind is fertile, but only for those kinds of seed it is prepared for. What is important is to see which kind of seeds our mind fertile for, and to prepare it to receive the seeds of love. Take example of Hitler. He sent out all those seeds of fear, and they grew very strong and beautifully achieved massive destruction. Seeing the awesome power of word, we must understand what power comes out of our mouth. One fear or doubt planted in our mind can create an endless drama of events. One word is like a spell, and humans use the word like black magician and thoughtlessly putting spells on each other. Every human is a magician, and we can either put a spell on someone with our word or we can release someone from a spell. We cast spells all the time with our opinions. An example, I see a friend and give him an opinion that just popped into my mind. I say, I see that kind of color in your face in people who are going to get cancer. If he listens to the word and if he agrees, he will have cancer in less than 1 year. That is the power of word. During our domestication, our parents and siblings gave their opinion about us without even thinking. We believed these opinions and we lived in fear over these opinions. Like not being good at swimming or sports or writing, someone gives an opinion and says, look, this girl is ugly. This girl listens, believes she is ugly, and grows up with the idea that she is ugly. It doesn't matter how beautiful she is, as long as she has that agreement, she will believe that she is ugly, and that is the spell she is under. By hooking our attention, the word can enter our mind and change our whole belief for better or for worse. Another example, you may believe you are stupid, and you may have believed this for as long as you can remember. This agreement can be very tricky, causing you to do a lot of things just to ensure that you are stupid. You may do something and think to yourself, I wish I were smart, but I must be stupid or I wouldn't have done that. The mind goes in hundreds of different directions, and we could spend days getting hooked by just that one belief in our own stupidity. Then one day someone hooks our attention and using the word lets you know that you are not stupid. You believe what the person says and make new agreement. As a result, you no longer feel or act stupid. A whole spell is broken just by the power of word. Conversely, if you believe you are stupid and someone hooks your attention and says, yes, you are really the most stupid person I have ever met, the agreement will reinforced and become even stronger. So now let's see what the word impeccability means. Impeccability means without sin. Impeccable comes from Latin peccatus, which means sin. The im in impeccable means without. So impeccable means without sin. Religions talk about sin and sinners, but let us understand what it really means to a sin. A sin is anything that you do which goes against yourself. Everything you feel or believe or say that goes against yourself is a sin. You go against yourself when you judge or blame yourself for anything. Being without sin is exactly the opposite. Being impeccable is not going against yourself. When you are impeccable, you take responsibility for your actions, but you do not judge or blame yourself. For this point of view, the whole concept of sin changes from something moral or religious to something common sense. Sin begins with rejection of yourself. Self-rejection is the biggest sin that you commit. In religious terms, self-rejection is a moral sin, which leads to death. Impeccability, on other hand, leads to life. Being impeccable with your word is not using the word against yourself. If I see you in the street and I call you stupid, it appears that I am using the word against you, but really I am using my word against myself, because you are going to hate me for this, and your hating me is not good for me. Therefore, if I get angry and with my words send all that emotional poison to you, I am using the word against myself. If I love myself, I will express that love in my interaction with you. And then I am being impeccable with word, because that action will produce like reaction. If I love you, then you will love me. If I insult you, you will insult me. If I have gratitude for you, you will have gratitude for me. If I am selfish with you, you will be selfish with me. If I use the word to put a spell on you, you are going to put a spell on me. Being impeccable with your word is the correct use of your energy. It means to use your energy in the direction of truth and love for yourself. If you make an agreement with yourself to be impeccable with your word, just with that intention, the truth will manifest through you and clean all the emotional poison that exists within you. But thinking or making this agreement is difficult because we have learned to do precisely opposite. We have learned to lie as a habit of our communication with others and more importantly with ourselves. We are not impeccable with our word. The power of the word is completely misused in hell. We use the word to curse, to blame, to find guilt, to destroy. Of course, we also use it in the right way, but not too often. Mostly we use the word to spread our personal poison, to express anger, jealousy, envy, and hate. The word is pure magic, the most powerful gift we have as human, and we use it against ourselves. We plan revenge, we create chaos with the word. We use the word to create hate between different races, between different people, between families, between nations. We misuse our words so often, and this misuse is how we create and perpetuate the dream of hell. Misuse of word is how we pull each other down and keep each other in a state of fear and doubt. Because the word is the magic that human possess, and misuse of the word is black magic. We are using black magic all the time without knowing that our word is magic at all. There is a woman, for example, who was intelligent and had a very good heart. She had a daughter whom she adored and loved very much. One night she came home from a very bad day at work, tired, full of emotional tension, and with a very terrible headache. She wanted peace and quiet, but her daughter was singing and jumping happily. The daughter was unaware of how her mother was feeling. She was in her own world, in her own dream. She felt so wonderful and she was jumping and singing louder and louder, expressing her joy and her love. She was singing so loud that it made her mother's headache even worse. And at a certain moment, the mother lost control. Angrily, she looked at her beautiful little girl and said, "Shut up, you have an ugly voice, can you just shut up?" The truth is that the mother's tolerance for any noise was non existent. It was not that a little girl's voice was ugly, but the daughter believed what her mother said, and in that moment she made an agreement with herself. After that, she no longer sang because she believed her voice was ugly and would bother anyone who heard it. She became shy at school, and if she was asked to sing, she refused. Even speaking to others became difficult for her. Everything changed in the little girl because of this new agreement. She believed she must repress her emotions in order to be accepted and loved. Whenever we hear our opinion and believe it, we make an agreement and it becomes part of our belief system. This little girl grew up, and even though she had a beautiful voice, she never sang again. She developed a whole complex from one spell. This spell was cast upon her by the one who loved her the most, her own mother. Her mother didn't notice what she did with her world. She didn't notice that she used black magic and put a spell on her daughter. She didn't know the power of her word, and therefore she is not to blame. She did what her own mother, father, and others had done to her in many ways. They misused the word. For years, we have received the gossip and spells from the words of others, but also from the way we use our own word with ourselves. We talk to ourselves constantly, and most of the time, we say things like, "Oh, I look fat, I look ugly, I am getting old, I am losing my hair, I am stupid, I never understand anything, I will never be good enough, and I am never going to be perfect." Do you see how we use the words against ourselves? We must begin to understand what the word is and what the word does. If you understand the first agreement, be impeccable with your word, you begin to see all the changes that can happen in your life. Changes first is in the way you deal with yourself, and later in the way you deal with other people, especially those you love the most. Consider how many times you have gossiped about the person you love the most to gain the support of others for your point of view. How many times have you looked others people's attention and spread poison about your loved one in order to make your opinion right? Your opinion is nothing but your point of view. It is not necessarily true. Your opinion comes from your beliefs, your own ego, and your own dream. We create all this poison and spread it to others just to so we can feel right about our own point of view. If we adopt the first agreement and become impeccable with our word, any emotional poison will eventually be cleaned from our mind and from our communication in our personal relationship, including with our pet dog or cat. Impeccability of the word will also give you immunity from anyone putting a negative spell on you. You will only receive a negative idea if your mind is fertile ground for that idea. When you become impeccable with your word, your mind is no longer fertile ground for words that come from black magic. Instead, it is fertile for words that come from love. You can measure the impeccability of your word by your level of self-love. How much you love yourself and how you feel about yourself are directly proportionate to the quality and integrity of your word. When you are impeccable with your word, you feel good, and when you feel happy and at peace, you can transcend the dream of hell just by making the agreement to be impeccable with your word. Right now, I am planting that seed in your mind. Whether or not the seed grows depends upon how fertile your mind is for the seed of love. It is up to you to make this agreement with yourself. I am impeccable with my word. Nurture this seed, and as it grows in your mind, it will generate more seeds of love to replace the seeds of fear. This first agreement will change the kind of seeds of your mind is fertile for. Be impeccable with your word. This is the first agreement that you should make it if you want to be free, if you want to be happy, if you want to be transcend the level of existence that is hell. It is very powerful. Use the word in the correct way. Use the word to share your love. Use white magic, beginning with yourself, telling yourself how wonderful you are, how great you are. Tell yourself how much you love yourself. Use the word to break all those tiny agreements that make you suffer. It is possible because I did it, and I am no one better than you. No, we are exactly the same. We have the same kind of brain and same kind of bodies. We are humans. If I was able to break those agreements and create new agreements, then you can do the same. If I can be impeccable with my word, why not you? Just this one agreement can change your whole life. Impeccability of the word can lead you to the personal freedom, to huge success and abundance. It can take away all the fear and transform it into joy and love. Just imagine what you can create with impeccability of word. With the impeccability of word, you can transcend a dream of fear and live a different life. You can live in heaven in the middle of thousands of people living in hell because of you're immune to that hell. You can attain the kingdom of heaven from this one agreement. Be impeccable with your word. Thank you. Like and subscribe my channel. Thank you a lot.